Hello everyone. For the week of May 11th through 15th, we're talking about slavery in America. The topic is slavery in pre-Civil War America, and the essential question is, what was the reality of slavery in America from 1600 to 1800s? Now, we'll have a lot of photographs in this week, and what we want you to think about is who were the people in the photographs. This man on the left is named Gordon, and he is probably one of the most iconic photographs of a slave, especially with the raised scars on his back from being whipped. So keep those ideas in mind as you go through the week, thinking about who are these individuals, and really try and connect with that human side of history. A note about historic racism. We would normally address this in class, but because we cannot meet in person, here are some guidelines for learning about racism and slavery in America. Slavery is not funny, it is not a joke, and it's essential in understanding American history. We have a couple guidelines for you when it comes down to learning about historic racism. First, words have power. The N-word appears in some of these historic resources. We do not censor the word because to remove it would deny the history. You are not to use this word. Stereotypes are harmful. Stereotypes are used to remove a person or group's identity and replace it with something else. Please keep your bias in mind and reflect on how stereotypes impact your thinking. 3. Approach with respect and historic mindset. Remember, we are studying real humans and their experiences. Show the topic of slavery the respect it deserves. And finally, 4. We encourage participation. We understand that this topic can be upsetting, and if you need to take a break and skip certain parts, we understand. Do your best to come back and finish your learning later. As always, if you have questions or concerns, reach out to a parent or teacher. And to quote Teaching Tolerance, although there are problems in teaching slavery, there are bigger problems in not teaching slavery. So for this week, you have a research journal. It's the only assignment for this week. Each day, you'll do the following. Read and view the daily resources, answer the research notes, and complete the journal entry. There is a creative project alternative to your journal entries. This is an optional alternative assignment. What we want you to do is use your creativity to express your thoughts, feelings, and struggles with the topic of slavery. So the creative project looks like this. You're going to create something to express your thoughts, feelings, or struggles with slavery. This could be a song, dance, painting, sketch, poem, photo, sculpture, skit, performance, food or recipe, animation, game, whatever. For example, I, Mr. Jackson, would research and prepare historic recipes. Mr. Maylander would write a poem, and Mrs. Turnley would take a series of photos. But please remember, approach with respect and historic mindset. If you are concerned about what you're creating may be offensive or racist, check in with a teacher or a parent. Monday, May 11th. You're going to start your journal entry number 1. You're going to watch the Atlantic slave trade video and explore an interactive slave trade map, and then you'll complete your journal entry 1. The slave trade video is from TED Talk and is really informative, and the interactive map is very interesting in that it shows every voyage that happened between Africa, the Americas, and Europe, and shows how slaves were brought across the Atlantic Ocean. Really take some time to explore that. You can click on each of the boats and see the details about it, including how many slaves are on each boat. We want you to learn about the Atlantic slave trade and how it influenced slavery in America. You're going to be completing it on Monday, but of course it's not due until Friday, May 15th. On Tuesday, you'll be creating your second journal entry. This is going to be based off of Crash Course U.S. History number 13, and of course your journal entry for number 2. We want you to learn about slavery in America, the lives of slaves, and the impact on American life. You'll be completing this one on Tuesday, but it's due on Friday. Please note, read the questions in your journal entry before watching Crash Course and put on the closed captioning to help you read along and answer the questions clearer. Now, the To Be a Slave audiobook is what you'll be viewing on Wednesday and Thursday. Normally, we would read the entire book together as a class. The audiobook is only 3 hours and 45 minutes. If you have the time, we recommend you listen to the whole thing. It is a powerful historic resource and gives you a strong idea about what slavery was like in America. So for Wednesday, May 13th, you're going to be starting by listening to the audiobook of To Be a Slave for sections of chapters 2 and 3. You'll see in your research journal exactly which sections you should listen to. You will then view the supporting images PowerPoint for To Be a Slave, so you get a visual along with the audiobook. And then finally, you'll complete your journal entry number 3. We want you to hear the stories about slaves and about being auctioned and the life on the plantation. You'll be completing this on Wednesday, May 13th, but it's due on Friday, May 15th. And as a note, when you log into Office 365, you'll be able to view the To Be a Slave audiobook in their sections. Please make sure you log in first, otherwise you will not be able to view them. And just click through them and you will find the ones labeled for each day. On Thursday is very similar to Wednesday in that you'll be reading the audiobook for To Be a Slave Chapter 4. You'll be viewing the PowerPoint from yesterday to see the images that go along with the chapter. And we want you to complete journal entry number 4. We want you to hear the stories about how slaves resisted and how they fought back against their slave masters. You'll be completing this on Thursday, but it's due on the 15th. And remember, you can listen to all sections of the audiobook by following the link and logging in through Office 365. And finally, on Friday, May 15th, you'll have one final journal entry where you'll be watching a short clip from Ken Burns' documentary, The Civil War. The clip is called All Night Forever. We want you to hear the story about slavery in America, and that one is due on Friday, May 15th. Alright, to wrap up, here's your lesson activity checklist. The Slavery Research Journal is your only assignment for the week and is due on Friday. That's entries 1 through 5, all completed by Friday. So you can work at your own pace, but keep on top of it. There's a creative alternative assignment to the daily journal entries. We recommend you check out this challenge assignment. We think it's going to be really fun and creative and get you to think more about the human side of history. We also recommend you check out the challenge resources for each day, and we have a couple movie recommendations for you. You can only view these with parent permission, so check with your parent first. The 2 movies are Harriet and 12 Years a Slave. We hope you have a good week, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye.